Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on day 94 of this podcast with the Bible through the year. My name is Leo Lozano, Associate Pastor at Revive GMC in Pasadena, Texas. Today, we will be reading Matthew 22. We will begin with verse 1 through verse 14. I am reading from the New Living Translation, but you may join me from whatever translation you have before you. The important thing is that we are making the time to open the scriptures, right? To read the Word of God. And my prayer is that throughout the day, we may spend a few minutes meditating on the scriptures, right? Creating this space for the Spirit of God to speak to us. So with that in mind, let us go to the Bible together. Jesus also told them other parables. He said, "The kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a king who prepared a great wedding feast for his son. When the banquet was ready, he sent his servants to notify those who were invited, but they all refused to come. So he sent other servants to tell them, 'The feast has been prepared. The bulls and fattened cattle have been killed, and everything is ready. Come to the banquet.' But the guests he had invited ignored them and went their own way, one to his farm, another to his business. Others seized his messengers and insulted them and killed them. The king was furious, and he sent out his army to destroy the murderers and burn their town. And he said to his servants, 'The wedding feast is ready, and the guests I invited aren't worthy of the honor. Now go out to the street corners and invite everyone you see.' So the servants brought in everyone they could find, good and bad alike, and the banquet halls had filled with guests. But when the king came in to meet the guests, he noticed a man who wasn't wearing the proper clothes for a wedding. 'Friend,' he asked, 'how is it that you are here without wedding clothes?' But the man had no reply. Then the king said to his aides, 'Bind his hands and feet and throw him into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are the chosen.'" This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. I think we have seen this a little bit already, right? Where there is a people that, God has invested in, right? That he has given them everything, access. He has given them good news, the kingdom. There are many ways to say this. But this group of people basically squander the gift. Kind of like in the similar venue as the previous parable where, God invited them to this thing, and at some point they thought like they were the owners, right? Like, I am the master. And so they thought of themselves more than they should. And because of that, like, they missed the whole point. When they are invited to this party, they're like, I got better things to do. This is not as important. And the dishonor that we can see here is incredible. And because of that, here's the funny part. They end being like out of it. And then the others who were not invited at first, right? Those who even like this group of people thought less of, they are the ones who actually get into the party and get to enjoy the presence and the feast. And for me, it's just kind of like this warning, right? Like, let's not count out anyone. Sometimes we do go in a very judgy way and think of others and be like, ooh, no, we tend to feel like we're in, they're out. We're good, they're bad. We are chosen, therefore they're not, right? And it's like, well, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, the ones that we would think are out end up being the ones with the access. So let's not pretend that there is no room for grace for them for whatever reason. There is room at the table for, and I love how it says right here, like the good and the bad. So our labels really are not important. And so again, let's just pray that we are humble enough, right? That our ears are ready to hear the invitation, and that when we do, we actually take the invitation, right? And therefore we're not left out. But thank you for joining me today, and I cannot wait to open the Bible again with you tomorrow. God bless you.